Hey folks, what's the AT? So not in my, might notice I'm not in my normal napping spot. I'm actually set up here at the lake, and I just bifacing some percussion slabs and stuff like that. I brought like four or 5 gallon buckets to biface while I'm here, and I was working on some of that stuff. And I got some buffalo here that I'm gonna mess with. I'm not sure how well you guys will be able to hear me over this fan. Get this thing's hitting me in the head here. But it is blistering hot, and I'm not working out here without the fan, so hopefully y'all can hear me. This piece has got some issues. You'll probably hear people going by on bicycles and people stopping asking, "What are you doing?" I've been out here like 5 minutes. I've already got that twice. Yep, there was that crack. One group of ladies came by. They were off on a walk, and they said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm breaking rocks." They go, "Well, why?" I said, "Well, when I was in prison, they had me breaking rocks all the time. And I just got kind of addicted to it, so I just kept on with it after I got out." They said, "Really?" I said, "Yep, really." And they kind of got a weird look on their face, and said, "Okay, well, have a nice day," and walked away. I'm sure they're like, anyways, I never did tell them. I'm not going to tell them. The next person shows up, I'm going to tell them the same thing. I learned how to break rocks in prison. I'm just addicted to it. So. Anyways, I've never actually been to prison, but that just seemed like the thing to say, because I get that a lot because of the leather, because I guess in prisons they do a lot of leather work and stuff. Some of the prisons do, and you can buy wallets the inmates made and all that kind of stuff, and it's actually a big business. All my leather suppliers are their biggest customers are the prisons. That outdoes everyone else combined. Every other leather worker and hobbyist, all of them combined, aren't even close to the amount that the state and federal governments buy leather supplies so the inmates can do leather in prison, I guess. Silversmithing too, things like that. They probably don't make license plates anymore. They probably have the Chinese make all that, I guess. It's actually a little drier on this side than like right here is a little drier than this. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Still flaking okay, but if I was working this piece, I'd work this side off some as much as possible. Close enough. Let's see. I got this one. I already took some strikes off of it. pulled up, I thought they'd give my camping spot away. We reserve this spot every year. I'd show you guys a lake, but it might mess up my I'll show you where I'm setting before we leave here. We're about an hour from the house. I got a donkey I got to medicate every day. I got someone to take care of it tomorrow. Unfortunately, but this place is pretty empty right now, but we'll start piling in here tonight and tomorrow, and it'll get real busy around here. The busiest part of the lake is off that direction. It's where the swim beach is and the gazebo kind of thing and all that kind of stuff. There's some cabins down there. And I am not going to mention the name of the lake. And the reason is because our other beautiful lake and the big, tall, beautiful pines and deer everywhere and cold, clear water. The locals can't even go there no more because it's been taken over by tourists, which has helped the local economy for folks, but they ain't left much for us to. You can still go use the lake, of course, but it's a mess up there. It gets worse every year. But they still building cabins as fast as they can build them. They built literally thousands in the last few years. They're all second homes for people coming out of Dallas. It's about a 3-hour trip from Dallas to there, and compared to that concrete jungle, Broken Bow Lake's a paradise. It is kind of a paradise anyway. It's a beautiful spot. Most people think about Oklahoma, they think about prairie and all that kind of stuff, but in the southeast it's, well, they call it mountains, but I call it hills. But then again, I'm from Alaska, so I spend a lot of time in the western states, so when I'm thinking about mountains, I'm thinking about those mountains, you know. But as close as we got. Yeah, but this little lake, you can't run a boat more than idle speed in there. Not a lot of boating activity that's happening, but it's just a peaceful, quiet place to go. And we come here all the time. Not as much these days, it seems like, because we've been so busy, but that's a pretty piece of rock right there. Beautiful. It could be napped like this, or it could use a little bit more heat. This had a lot of heat on it. But, it's not as glassy as some of it, but it's flaking just fine. I had a whole bunch of stuff that, this is the first time actually, you know, I had a whole bunch of, let me finish the first story first. I had a whole bunch of stuff I was going to bring to nap. And when it come down to it, I just grabbed some buckets and said, well, if I'm going to nap some finished points, I'll just have to nap it off that stuff. So. I did notice that I brought a couple of things that I've been wanting to nap. Lost part of my braider. Since how I can't find a distributor for braiders, I'm gonna have to buy some more. I kept holding out hope that I was gonna find a supplier that I could deal with, but that hasn't happened. If I keep losing my abraders, this session may end quicker than I wanted it to. What's that? Arrowheads. Sorry, I can't hear you over the fan. Oh yeah?
Yeah, he does actually do a good job.
Yeah, it's fun.
You sit there at work, in his office.
Yeah, I got a buddy that does the same thing. The only time he naps is at work, and he does. I said, "How do you work at? How do you nap at work?" He says, "I just sit there and watch stuff, so I get to nap." So.
Well, he don't even. That's when he actually does it. When he's at home, he don't do nothing. He said he does them all at work. So, but if you ever walk into his office.
Have a good one. All right. That one. I wonder what this one looks like. That little spot right there. That don't. Yeah, it's got a crack coming in there. So this is probably going to end up in 2 pieces. When you're doing these slabs, you want to try and have something touching both ends if possible, because although it's pretty thick, they can still break in half pretty easy. But when you're hitting around the ends, you want to try and throw your shock waves out away from the piece. There we went, right in half, right where that crack was. Oh well. Now it's going to make 2 points. This piece is nice and glassy. And some of it gets glassier than other pieces. That's just how it is. Now one piece I might throw in the back in the cooker. I got some stuff that's got to go in hotter than what this was. The black buffalo, you don't have to do anything to it. In fact, you'll ruin it if you try to heat it, but it's ready to nap straight out of wherever you find it. I'm actually going to pick up some of that black buffalo. I'm not going to give any details on that right now, but it's lined up. When I leave here, that's where I'm going to go pick it up along with some other rock. That's a really nice piece of rock right there. Someone's got a chainsaw going. I seen the down tree down the road. When I pulled in, it had someone else's name on it, and on the spot, and it was too far away to see the date. My wife's working today, I work today too, and then finished up at the house about 2 o'clock. I had to finish 2 rifle slings and get the rock orders out to the box that come in late yesterday and today. If you got orders, anything that was ordered before now as far as rock stuff goes, your order's done and in the box. Now, I'm not for sure. No, I don't think they'll ain't running tomorrow, but should be running on the 5th, I think. Hit right there on that. Bring this in right here. There we go. I snuck in behind that. Got that. And I will go through all these, and any of them that I think should have more heat, I'll put more heat on them. Takes a lot more heat than you might think. There's another one, just absolutely gorgeous. This Buffalo River is just amazing. I got one here that's pretty actually I can't get it out, so we're not going to do it right now. It's still stuck in the thing. And so y'all know, I'm on concrete here, and I've got a canvas tarp underneath me. I got this bucket that the majority of the stuff's going in. Nothing will be left here. So if you're concerned about the archaeological record, you got no concerns with that here. I'm not leaving my flakes down by the lake. Although I wouldn't mind going down there and napping a point down by the lake. But I got a fan here, so because it is blistering hot. I don't know how hot it is, but it's pretty doggone hot. I am going to be gone for several days on a rock run. It's a day each way. For an old guy like me it is anyhow. It's about 8 hours each way. I've yet to run into any Buffalo River that heats low enough that a turkey roaster can really make much difference at all on it. I know there's going to be people that go, "Well, my turkey roaster does buffalo just fine," but mine only goes to about 450 degrees, somewhere in there. Sometimes in summertime you might get it up to 500, but that's still not hot enough for most Buffalo River to make a significant difference. Got a goofy in it. So if I can stand the heat out here, when I'm done, I should have a whole mess of more bifaces to offer. Last year, first thing I thought of when I pulled up here, I looked at the ground right there at the corner of this concrete. Not to change the mood of the whole thing, but last year on this day my mom was standing there, and today she's gone. You're lucky enough to still have your mom. Turn this thing off and go pick up the phone and give her a call. Because I can promise you, if I could, I'd turn this thing off and give mine a call. Yeah, it's hot. I mean hot, hot. Take a thin flake right across there. Alright, there's another biface. 26 minutes. We're going to do one more, I think. Not sure which one we're going to do, but let's do this little booger right here. You guys that nap at work, let me know how you do that. I've always had a job where I had to physically be doing something when I was there. Now the outer edges of these is usually kind of a little grainy, because that's where the cortex was, of course. But like this whole edge right here, you mostly lose that. But you're going to lose that when you're reducing this anyhow. I was also thinking about it, and I told you guys there was a group of puppies someone dropped off right by the house, and I've been taking dog food to them and stuff like that, but I ain't just not willing to take them on because we've had 10 dogs forever. We're down to 8 now, and they're all basically dogs have been dumped, stuff like that. It's a terrible problem where we live. I just don't know why people don't take care of their pets. I'm the last one to ever tell anyone what they should or shouldn't do. I don't believe in that wholeheartedly. And that goes for, doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're not harming someone else, then no matter what you're doing, I don't care. I'm a conservative person, and unlike the politicians that claim to be that, and I believe in minding my own business. Because you can't be a conservative person without minding your own business. That's just what has to, you can't, that's just part of the deal. Let people be people and leave them alone. Just because you're doing something I don't agree with, or I wouldn't want for myself, doesn't mean that I should have a say in whether or not you can do it or not. I got enough in my own life to worry about than worry about what everyone else is doing. I wish the rest of the world was the same way. Everyone just do their thing and leave everyone else alone. We'd all be happier for it, I believe. I don't even know where I was going with that. I got a million thoughts bouncing through my head. If you don't know, I actually do have ADHD, and it's hard for me to stay focused sometimes. It actually affects my whole life. I can go out in the morning with all the intentions to do this or that or something else. I know exactly what I'm doing, and 4 hours later just kind of realized I'm doing something else. And I never did what I set out to do that day. I've just been that way my whole life. That don't bother me none, but it does bother some other people that has to deal with me. Another beautiful piece of rock. Alright, well, let's pull these up here. I had already done one or two, but I don't remember which ones they were. So we'll pull these out here and let you see them. I can't believe that I'm able to shoot a video here. I don't have any Wi-Fi. I've never been able to get this thing hooked up without Wi-Fi. And here we are shooting a video out in the wild. So there they are. There's the pieces we made. That's going to make a killer point. Material is better on this side than it is right here. It's a little bit dry right there, but I think that could be overcome pretty well. But I don't know if you guys can see that rainbowy color showing up on there or not, but just pretty stuff, man. I mean, this stuff is just gorgeous. Some of it's glossier than others, but it's all chip and fine. But that's it. I appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one. And hit that like and subscribe button if you would, please. I need to start seeing that at the beginning of all my videos. We're still getting some subscribers, but we're going to push to try and get some more and just keep on going forward. And since I got the video working, then while I'm out here, I will try to, I did bring the stuff for the clunkers. We'll try and finish that up so we can do the drawing. So hopefully you guys can hear me over this fan. It's not too annoying, but we'll catch y'all on the next one. And y'all keep napping. Hit that like and subscribe button.